From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Traveling across the country and taking the scenic route. Coming up, we'll introduce you to one man whose mode of transportation gave him lots of time to harvest the sights of this country. And a nosy neighbor saves a man from losing his home. We'll take a closer look at a real estate scam currently sweeping the country. Well, good morning and happy Tuesday, Southwest Montana. It is 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. Jane McDonald is off today. It is the final day of spring.
Yep.
And it's more spring-like than it could be, and more spring-like
It feels
here.
like April rather than June when you're
truly,
stepping
yeah.
outside. Most areas seeing 40s at this point, a little bit of an overcast. Luckily, we're not dealing with a ton of wind.
Good.
That's a
good.
positive for us. Really never picked up for a good portion of the area yesterday. That's good.
That is good.
Temperature-wise, we're okay. 30s and 40s for most of us. 31 in Wise River, 31 in Phillipsburg. So there are some cooler temperatures. But you go toward the afternoon, spotty showers once again firing off across the area. It's not going to be a widespread event, but we'll probably see a couple of decent downpours. You can see that wind is blowing up on campus this morning, on the Montana State University campus. Mostly cloudy by the afternoon. I don't see a ton of rain potential in the Bozeman area, much better in Butte. We're going to break down what you can expect and when we actually may see temperatures warm up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:31. Good time to go for a ride.
Yeah,
that leads us into our top story this half hour. Did you happen to see the guy driving a John Deere tractor some local roads yesterday? Well, it turns out he's crossing the West for a good cause. Our Edgar Cedillo introduces us to the man and his mission.
I call it a bittersweet venture. Bitter in the sense that I meet a lot of people who've lost someone really dear to them because of Parkinson's.
Mike Atkinson is taking his tractor across 5 states, from Minnesota to Washington State, for something that originally started off as a favor.
My brother-in-law in Minnesota had decided that he wanted my tractor, and so we laughed about it and finally decided that I would do such a thing.
But when his brother was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, that favor turned into raising awareness.
You know what? I think I'm going to drive that tractor, but I think I can raise money on awareness about this disease.
He says his family was a bit skeptical at first, but along the way he posts on social media so his family and the public can follow along.
Hi, everybody. Here I am out in the middle of somewhere north of, well, I just had stopped at the Spotted Horse. Oh, when I first just came up with this crazy idea that we were going to do this, my brother, most everybody was like, well, that's not a good thing to be doing.
This isn't his first time making the trip. Last year he did the same trip, but this time around, as he makes his way across southwest Montana, he encountered heavy downpours and some mechanical issues along the way.
It's a little nasty out here today. Last year was really nasty a lot. We had one really heavy-duty day yesterday for me. I can't take the cold as much as I used to when I was younger.
He says things do go a little slower on the tractor, but it makes him appreciate the drive and the purpose for his trip a little more.
You do get to hear and smell and see things differently than riding a car.
If you would like to help out Mike and follow along with his journey, we'll have a link to his social media sites on our website. In Belgrade, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
All right, safe travels. 6:34 now. Coral reefs are shrinking in the U.S. and around the world. Scientists in the Middle East are racing to try to stop the damage, and in some places, actually reverse it. CBS's Ian Lee has that story from London.
Turning the tide on damaged reefs is a hands-on job. Scientists repair and revive corals in the waters of the Persian Gulf. But the ray of hope comes with a dark warning.
By the end of the century, if we don't rethink the way we build, coral reefs could be extinct.
6 years ago, the United Arab Emirates lost 70% of its corals when the water hit hot tub temperatures of nearly 100 degrees, which triggered coral bleaching. That's when reefs release the algae that gives corals their color, leaving them vulnerable to disease.
Although it did wipe out a good portion of our corals, it also proved that the corals that we have are actually resilient.
And those are the ones divers are searching for, to give them some TLC in a coral reef nursery. a place with clear water, strong currents, and just the right amount of sunlight to help them grow strong again.
We try to grow them from very small fragments up to now some of them have reached the size of my fist.
That's when conservationists move them back to their original reefs to keep thriving. Dubai is aiming to grow 1 billion artificial corals along a strip of beaches by 2040, a floating, living lab to help marine life prosper. Ian Lee, CBS News.
By the way, bleaching events are happening more frequently around the world as waters warm due to climate change, often caused by the burning of oil, coal, and gas that emits heat-trapping gases into our atmosphere. Back here at home, anyone camping in the greater Yellowstone area or hiking any distance away from main tourist areas advised to carry bear spray. But that can be difficult for visitors who fly in and out. Spray is not allowed on planes, and it can be expensive to buy once someone arrives. TN's Haley Monaco explains that renting the spray is a growing alternative that's fueling a new business in Gardner.
We're told to always carry bear spray, but what happens when you forget it, can't travel with it, or don't want to spend large amounts of money to purchase it? Well, this is an easy way to rent bear spray before you're heading out into bear country. There are a lot of outdoor enthusiasts here in Yellowstone National Park, but you won't meet anyone more passionate about bear spray
We need to get it out of its holster
than Ryan Harbach.
It's really important that people carry bear spray, and unfortunately a lot of people don't carry bear spray.
Harbach grew up in Gardner and later worked for Park Service.
When I was working for the Park Service, I just noticed that there was a lot of bear spray being thrown away or recycled.
That observation ultimately led to this. Trailquipped, Montana's first ever bear spray rental kiosk business.
We're in our third year now renting bear spray. We're in Gardner, West Yellowstone, and at Montana Grizzly Encounter just east of Bozeman.
A bear spray canister here starts at $16.
It's great for tourists, especially those that are flying in, because you can't take it on a plane. There was a study done by the Park Service some years ago that only 13% of day hikers carry bear spray, and we would really like to see that number up.
Each canister returned is thoroughly checked before being offered for rent again. If someone does use the bear spray, they are charged the full price of $60. Aside from Alaska, Montana has the largest grizzly bear population in the U.S. Most hang out at the national parks, places Harbach knows draws in many tourists.
Bear encounters, if you will, have happened in some of the park's busiest areas. So a few years ago in Old Faithful, somebody had to use bear spray on a grizzly bear. So anytime you're in grizzly country and you're out of your car, it's good to have it. It's a really good idea.
A rentable defense that could save lives. In Gardner, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
All right, 6:38 here. Some consumer advice this morning. One man nearly had his property stolen from right under his nose. Luckily, a nosy neighbor stopped it from happening. Kristen Lazar tells us more about this scam.
That old phrase, know your neighbors? Well, George Stantz feels incredibly lucky to know his.
My guardian angel, my neighbor, Maribel.
Maribel Munoz noticed strangers taking photos and scoping out the vacant lot next door, owned by George.
There were like 3 people taking measurements.
Maribel's a licensed realtor, so she looked up George's property and found that it was listed for sale on Zillow for well under market value. George called police and the listing agent.
According to the broker, it was an escrow, a cash-only sale, which requires no funding from banks, so it would close any day, the broker said.
George was days away from having the title of his mortgage-free investment transferred to someone else.
My investment gone. It was that close.
LAPD Detective Brian Kalickia is handling George's case. He says the fraudulent deal was done over the phone and with electronic signing.
All property information as far as title vesting is all public information. So there are people that know how to search for this information. And from there, all it takes is for a little bit of internet research to gain enough knowledge about that person to impersonate them.
Investigators say thieves mostly target property that does not have a mortgage and is under the name of just one person. A loan and multiple owners makes it more difficult to steal.
Authorities say scams like this have skyrocketed since the pandemic. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Always be on the lookout for those crazy scams like that. Thank you for that report. Meantime, 6:40, we are going to take a break here on Montana This Morning.